To complete the planning, evaluation and creation of my cross-media package for my film Vendetta, I had to use a variety of technologies, all of which enable me to prepare, present and talk about a product of which I believe is of high standard. The planning stage in this project involved me creating various research processes using different programs. For example, having researched into different existing genres, I used Photoshop when presenting and analysing the information I had collected. Using Photoshop at this early stage allowed me to become familiar with the different features before creating a cross-media package, and research itself allowed me to become familiar with the different conventions of horror. Also, in the planning stages, I used Prezi when presenting my initial ideas. I was then able to clearly visualise, analyse and pick what ideas were relevant due to the ease of navigating through the site. This helped me come up with the ideas behind my torture film Vendetta. Furthermore, I used Google Forms to create a questionnaire, of which then I posted online. This helped to determine the target market for my film, as well as analysing the results to consider possible ideas for my cross-media package. To complete the creation of my cross-media package for my film Vendetta, I had to use a variety of technologies, all of which enable me to present the product which I believe is of high standard. I used a Canon 1100D SLR camera to take my still images for my ancillary texts. The autofocus selection available on the DSLR meant I was able to control the image's depth of focus so I could capture the desired focal element of my images. I then relied on Photoshop to edit the images used on my website and poster. I used the brightness and contrast tool on the Photoshop to make the images appear darker, helping reinforce my movie genre. This was a convention which I followed in almost all the films I had analysed, including Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Captivity, which all used low-key lighting. Moreover, this tool allowed me to create a house style through my pieces of work, as I was able to create the same effect on both images for my website and poster. I was able to use the magnetic tool brush, which helped me crop around institutional logos used for the billing block for the website, poster and trailer. This allowed me to add institutions which were well known for making torture horror films, of which was effectively applied like existing horror films. Moreover, to help me organise and lay out my website and poster, I used layers which allow me to experiment with texts and images. Again, this helped to create more of a professional look. I took the skills executed in my planning work into production by using the dropper tool to ensure I was using exactly the same shade of each product's precise colour scheme. On my website, this consisted of reds, blacks and whites, where this tool was useful in ensuring that the same tones were carried out across all three media products. Also, on Photoshop, I created the title for my film Vendetta. This was created by taking an image which contained blood splatters, and it was used on a clipping mask so that the blood splatters could paste across onto the title, Vendetta. This helped create a professional and visually attractive title, making it stand out as well as reinforcing my film genre. This also helped save time instead of having to individually draw each blood splatter on. When constructing my trailer, the primary software I used was Final Cut Pro, which allowed me to construct and edit my trailer. This technology allowed me to transform short video clips I had taken and to put them in a non-linear order to help create my trailer. I did this through the use of Selection tool, as it allowed me to easily move around sound and footage to create my non-linear layout for my trailer. One of the main tools I used when constructing my trailer was the Razor tool. The Razor tool was extremely useful since it allowed me to shorten a video or a sound footage to the length I wanted. This helped me create an effective montage since it involved cutting video footage to ensure that they were short and snappy. The edits within Final Cut allow me to move from scene to scene swiftly in a professional manner by using the edit of a fade. I used fades during the first few seconds of my trailer to allow the establishing shots to look more effective, where I also used the transition additive dissolve. These clips were used for the equilibrium stages of the trailer, and it helped to create a calmer atmosphere compared to the end of the trailer, which used no fades, as this helped to create tension amongst the audiences. This was done by piecing together different video footages in a non-linear order. I found this was conventional from all the films I had analysed, which all use a range of different video shots without the use of transitions. It was important to create tension at the point of the trailer, as this would help create excitement and leave the audiences wanting to see the film and wanting to know what happens next. Another tool that was constantly used throughout the processes of making my trailer was the render tool. This tool allowed the video to be formatted so that it could be viewed in playback. When experimenting with sound, I used GarageBand, which helped me piece together different sounds and different sound effects. By using this technology, it allowed me to learn about different sounds and find the correct sound for my trailer that would reinforce the genre of torture. I then imported these sounds onto Final Cut and was able to use a sound transition effects, which helped me improve the sound quality for my trailer. I was able to create a sound bridge as well as change the volume of sounds. Again, this was specifically useful during the montage stages, as the sound needed to be lower to reinforce the genre of torture, as well as to follow conventions of real media products, which all use montages and fast-paced and loud music. Also, to help make my montage look more effective, I created a flashing effect on Final Cut in between video footages. This was by using white blank shape and repeating the process 3 times. I found that this helped make my trailer look more professional and visually pleasing. In the construction of my evaluation, I applied technologies I had already introduced earlier, including Final Cut, Photo Booth and Prezi. Using Final Cut once again helped me modify and change the speed of objects, including images. This was particularly important when using the screen-recorded footage, of which I had used QuickTime Player to record. This tool was particularly useful since it allowed me to show audiences the use of the tool and how it was applied during the constructing processes of my cross-media package. This made my evaluation interesting for the audience, as they could visually see what I was saying. Another technology I used during the evaluation stages was a dictaphone. This technology allowed me to record my evaluation for the sound overlays. To be able to import these sounds onto Final Cut, I had to use a program which allowed me to convert these files into MP3 format. In terms of Apple's technologies used to produce my evaluation, I had to use a handy key combination of +Shift+4 to create customized screenshots. When I had finished constructing my trailer, I then exported it into a QuickTime movie. This then allowed my trailer to be put on YouTube, and it was then copied onto WordPress blog, where I could receive feedback from pupils and teachers regarding my trailer.